The fate of British cycling changed one day in 2003. The organization, which was the governing body for professional cycling in Great Britain, had recently hired Dave Brailsford as its new performance director. At the time, professional cyclists in Great Britain had endured nearly 100 years of mediocrity. Since 1908, British riders had won just a single gold medal at the Olympic Games, and they had fared even worse in cycling biggest race, the Tour de France. In 110 years, no British cyclist had even won the event. In fact, the performance of British riders had been so underwhelming that one of the top bike manufacturers in Europe refused to sell bikes to the team because they were afraid that it would hurt sales in other professional. So the British using these keys. Brailsford had been hired to put British cycling on a new trajectory. What made him different from previous coaches was his relentless commitment to the strategy that he referred to as the aggression of marginal gain, which was the philosophy of searching for a tiny margin of improvement in everything you do. Brailsford said that the whole principle came from the idea that if you broke down everything you could think that of that goes into riding a bike and then improve it by 1%, you will get a significant increase when you put them all together. Brailsford and its coaches begin by marking small adjustment you might expect from a professional cycling team. They redesigned the bike seat to make them more comfortable and rubbed cooled alcohol on the tires for a better grip. They ask riders to wear electrically heated overshot to maintain ideal muscle temperature while riding, and used biofeedback sensors to monitor how each athlete respond to a particular workout. The team tested various fabric in a wind tunnel and had their outriders switch to indoor racing suits, which provided to be lighter and more aerodynamic. Aerodynamic, but they did not. Their Barefoot and his team continued to find 1% improvement in overlooked and unexpected areas. They tested different types of messages gals to see which one led to the fastest muscle recovery. They hired a surgeon to teach each rider the best way to wash their hand to reduce the chance of catching a cold. They determined the type of pillow and mattress that led off to the best night's sleep for each rider. They even painted the inside of the team truck white, which helped them spot little bits of dust that would normally slip by unnoticed but could degrade the performance of the finally tunes bikes. As these and hundred of other small improvements accumulated, the result came faster than anyone could have imagined. Just 5 years after Belfort took over, the British cycling team dominated the road and track cycling event at 2008 Olympic Games in Beijing, when they won and as outcounting 60% of gold medal available 4 years later. When the Olympic Games came to London, the British raised the bar as 9 Olympic record and 7 world record. The same year, Bradley Wiggins became the first British cyclist to win the Tour de France. The next year, his teammate Chris Froome won the race and he would go to win again 2015, 16, 17, giving the British team 5 Tour de France victorious in 6 years. This is my lecture. Bye bye to all.